You know, pride is very, very controversial, but also very, very necessary. A man's got to have a level of pride, not boastful, but you must have pride. You must feel yourself. You must put yourself up there. It's a very necessary. It helps you be stable. Because if you have no sense of dignity, okay, you will accept anything and everything, and you'll be treated like nobody, like you deserve no respect, okay? Now, many African countries have been treated in a way that is inappropriate. We've seen that from colonialism. I mean, people leaving their continent, coming to yours, telling you your God is a stupid God, is the devil, that you must pray their ancestors because it's okay, and your ancestors are demons. I'm just being honest with you. I mean, the question is simple. Before they came, Africans' prayers were not exhausted, were not listened to or responded to or answered. Before they came to Africa, didn't Africans' prayers be responded to or answered by God? So God was not listening to Africans before they came? I'm just asking. And you want to tell me that all Africans that died before they came went to hell? I don't know. Even the good ones with good hearts, good spirits? Well, we are in Niger. We've spoken about Niger many times. This is the flag of Niger and this is the map. This is Niger in Africa. It's a West African country, but it's a country that's embedded in a continent. So they have no border to the sea, but very strong people. Lovely people, but very strong people. Now, in Niger, the German army or the Germans have just asked for permission to stay in Niger for a little bit longer. Because they have a base that is situated for logistics for a mission, a United Nations mission that was meant to be there to help Mali. When they were helping Mali against terrorism, they set up a camp for the United Nations Army in Niger. But in that camp, Germany took care of logistics. They were all based in Niger. Now they've come to the Nigerian government, say, listen, we'd like to negotiate. Can we talk? Can we have a discussion? Very politely. Let's talk and have a discussion. Our soldiers are still here. Our equipment is still here. We have about 100 military personnel. We'd like to drop to 30 or maybe 40. Would you please allow us to have a discussion? Well, I don't know if there's any monetary exchange or anything like that, but they have had just that discussion currently with respect. Now, why are we talking about this? Because there's another instance and many other situations that has happened in the past. France. Here is France. Here is Niger. France colonized Niger for many, many years. They were freed in the 1960s. They left the country physically, but they never really left economically because they still run the economy of Niger. Many experts believe. Niger has got something very crucial. It's called uranium. Uranium is very important in the building of nuclear weapons, in the building of cure for cancer, and also for creating electricity that's very cheap. France bought Niger uranium exclusively. So nobody else could go to Niger, go buy uranium without the authorization of France. Can you believe that? And France bought uranium from Niger at a rate of 0.80 euros per kilogram. In the meantime, they spent $200 for the same type of uranium in Canada. Anyway, let's get back to track. Many months ago, for those of you who know, the Nigerian government was toppled by this government. The previous president's name was Mohamed Bazoum. Why was he toppled? Because these new people felt that Bazoum was not working for the people of Niger, but he was a puppet. So they decided to kick out the puppet. The puppet guided by France, as per many experts. When these people kicked out Mohamed Bazoum, France was not very happy. When they got into power, they asked to speak with the French ambassador in Niger. You know, every country sent its ambassador to every different country to cooperate with, to keep relationship. This government asked to speak to the French ambassador. The French ambassador ignored them. Then they said to the French ambassador, we are giving you 48 hours to leave the country since you've ignored us. When they say that, then France responded and said, we do not recognize you as a legitimate government because you were not democratically elected.
Donc nous devons poursuivre cette politique avec fermeté, sortir des mensonges et des facilités. Et donc notre politique est simple. On ne reconnaît pas les putschistes. On soutient un président qui n'a pas démissionné, aux côtés duquel nous restons engagés.
Even though this government and everything is happening in a foreign land, this is not France. France say we do not recognize you. We recognize the previous guy. Many experts believe they say that because they had good contract with the previous guy. They could get uranium and many other things almost freely. After they say that, the new government said, we are kicking you out of our country. So your troops that are stationed here must leave the country. France did not believe that was possible. Macron was boastful. He said, we are ready to defend our interests in your country. What does that mean? How can you defend your interests in somebody else's country? So you're ready to fight in somebody else's country.
Et nous soutenons l'action diplomatique et quand elle le décidera militaire de la CEDEAO dans une approche de partenariat qui est celle que j'ai présentée en février dernier.
Now, the people came down the street. Civilians of Niger, millions of people came walking down the street, very angry, asking French troops to leave. It took them some time. French troops refused to leave. They were there acting like they're not seeing anything. But the people came to the street every single day until they had enough. They said, okay, we're going to pack our stuff and leave. They left. Americans were there. They had their troops as well. The Americans have a base, a military base, a drone base where they fly their drones looking into Africa from Niger. They believe they need to see what's happening in Africa from Niger. Well, they were not spared because even though they did not pay attention to Americans at that specific time, Niger decided to have cooperation with different countries, including Iran and Russia. And let me remind you that America is not a very good friend of Iran or Russia. At that specific time, the Nigerian Prime Minister took a flight from Niger going to Iran to see his counterpart from Iran. They had a discussion. And one American diplomat made a comment saying the Nigerian government, the Prime Minister, went to Iran to negotiate on how they're going to send uranium to Iran for Iran to build the nuclear weapons. He lied because they had no proof of that. Now, why did he say that? The reason why he said that, he expected Nigerian, like a small boy, to come and justify itself. Say, no, we did not take any uranium to Iran. We didn't do that. That was the expectation. Sometimes you preach what's wrong to get the real information. It didn't work out this time. The Nigerian government said to Americans, you need to leave. It's not for you to tell us who's going to be our friend. We can decide for ourselves. Later on, Americans came back like, hey, let's fix this. We are sorry. They didn't say sorry, but they dispatched people, governmental people, diplomats to come to Niger and have a negotiation directly with the president, the new president. Now, normally when you want to see a president of a country, even diplomatically, you first send a letter. You send an official letter saying, our delegation is coming to your country. We need to have a discussion about A, B, C, D. Then the hosting country will send you a response saying, okay, presidents will be available in 20 days. On a Thursday on that week, you can come. Then you can come. Americans did not wait for that. The American politician and delegation just came straight from wherever to Niger, saying they want to see the president right now. Now, I don't know if this is because Chuck Norris is American, Arnold Schwarzenegger is American, Superman is American, Batman is American. We used to all that Spider-Man American, but Power Rangers are all Americans. That Americans sometimes feel like they can go anywhere in the world. Just we want to see the president. Call him here, and the president. It's crazy. Well, the Nigerian people said, no, you're not going to see our president. He's not available. You didn't let us know prior coming here. Before you came here, you didn't say that you wanted to see the president. You can see some diplomats, but you're not seeing the president. Then they ask Americans to leave. Now they're packing them stuff to leave. Even though they made so much investment, up to $100 million of investment to build a military base. That's a level of honor and dignity we're talking about. You can't be pushed over left, right, center just because somebody's stronger than you and you want to keep his troops in your country and you shouldn't open your mouth. I mean, if Niger goes to war against France, who's going to win? France will probably win because they're much stronger, they're much bigger power. But does that erase the level of dignity Niger should have? No. So you should respect yourself and say, dude, you're not going to talk to me this way because you're stronger than me or more powerful. I'm sorry. This is my house. You can't talk to me anyhow you want to do in my house. And this is something many African nations don't know how to do. They don't know how to talk for themselves. They don't know how to stand strong for themselves. And it's very sad. Now, why are we talking about this? Because Germany was in Niger as well. While they were kicking out French, kicking out Americans, Germans were there. What have Germans done? They have come forward and say, please allow us to stay a little longer. Why did they come forward? Because Niger has just taught everybody a lesson. Respect us. We can kick you out. The Germans say, we have our base here, we have our troops. They came to help other people. That time, you remember. Now we have 100 soldiers here. We want to keep 30 or 40 until we are ready to leave. Would you please allow us? And this is happening. I think this is a great lesson of self-esteem, okay? Don't look at yourself just because you're an African country, an African person or whatever, because you look like you're nobody. You should accept just anything from nobody, from anybody. No, you need to lay the ground and be strong and teach the world how to treat you. Let me know how you feel about this, fellas. It's a great pleasure. If you're not subscribed, I encourage you to do so we can see each other every single day. Let me know how you feel about this. We want to read from you. Remember, this is not just about me talking to you and telling you how I feel. I want to learn from you too. I want to read from you. We want all to read from you. We all want to read from you and see what you say. Drop a comment. God bless.